They say home is where the heart is, and usually when we go home, we feel a sense of ease, we feel a sense of comfort, we enjoy going home. So imagine this is what Jesus was feeling in this week's gospel. He was heading home to be among family, friends, people he grew up with. So imagine he gets home, he's expecting to feel comfort and ease, and he starts teaching in the synagogue. And all of a sudden, people who he thought were going to welcome him and listen to him, all of a sudden didn't believe what he was saying. They wondered how this lowly son of a carpenter could spout such wisdom. So imagine the emotions Jesus must have been feeling. On his approach to Nazareth, he must have been excited to be home, surrounded by people who loved him, people who knew him as he grew up. So imagine his sense of betrayal when all of a sudden the people who he trusted most, who he grew up with, betrayed him. It must have been some kind of betrayal for him when they didn't believe what he was saying, didn't know that he could preach like this, wondering where he got this information. Again, a lowly carpenter's son. How could he spout such wisdom, such knowledge? So think back to what it feels like when you go home. Have you ever felt betrayed like that? Have you ever come home and wanted one thing and all of a sudden been disappointed and felt something else? Jesus speaks some profound words. He says, "Prophet is not without honor except in his own country among his own people." Right there says the depth of his betrayal of his people. They didn't take him to be a prophet. They didn't take him to be more than what he was, the son of Mary and Joseph, carpenter's son, brother to James and John. And here he is, the Son of God, and people were disbelieving him. While I was doing research for this presentation, I came across a quote. "There's no such thing as a lack of faith today," which no doubt Jesus was seeing in his people that there was a lack of faith. "We all have plenty of faith, it's just that we have faith in the wrong things. We have faith in what can't be done rather than what can be done." As is common in human nature today, as it was in Jesus' time, we often fear and dismiss what we don't understand. So Jesus' friends and people he grew up with must have been shocked to hear his words, to hear such profound wisdom coming out of his mouth. And they must have been scared because here was one of their own speaking such profound wisdom. They must have been scared, not sure where his wisdom came from. They must have been scared, wondering, he's speaking against the Romans that are occupying our territory. This could not work out well for us. So I think they kind of abandoned him to some degree. And as we would see further in the gospel up to the Passion of Christ, he was betrayed several times. Another quote I found while doing this is, "Doubt isn't the opposite of faith, it's rather an element of it." And I myself had a time in my life where I doubted my faith. I grew up in a very Catholic home, going to church every Sunday. My father got sick when I was in high school, very sick, and I kind of fell away from the church thinking, you know what, I don't understand why God would make this wonderful man sick. So again, something I didn't understand, so I chose to disregard it, and I was away from the church for a very long time. However, after my father passed away, I found my way back to the church, and I'm very glad I did. I find a lot of strength in the church now, in my faith community, and it's allowed me to grow a lot closer to my mother, who's also very Catholic. And we both attend church every Sunday. We're very proud to do so. We're both very involved in our church. It's made me stronger, and I think that's what happened with the followers of Jesus. They all had doubt at some point, and eventually they believed in him. So you may have doubt in your life, no problem. Just keep believing, and Jesus will find his way back into your heart.